Hey everybody, welcome to the Health for Life webinar. We're just so happy that everyone's joined us tonight. And this is going to be every Thursday at 5:30 Pacific, 8:30 Eastern. And we're just really excited to have everyone on. So just as a jump start, we wanted to just right straight out of the gate start with a poll. So here we go, launch polling. Okay, so go ahead and choose all that describe you. I want to see who is on our webinar tonight. You might be a challenger in the health games, you might be a Take Shape for Life client or coach, or maybe you're just not even sure. Someone gave you a link and you just hopped on, and we're just happy that you're here if that's you. So we're going to give you just a couple seconds, and I just want to see what our main demographic is today. Oh, we got a lot of challengers. Okay, you get 5 more seconds. 5, 4, 3, 2, and poll. Okay, I'm going to go ahead and share those results. So it looks like that pretty much 3/4 of you are challengers in the games, and a lot of you are Take Shape for Life clients and health coaches, and a few of you, we're just glad you found your socks today. So that's good to know who we have on just to start with. So this health huddle is basically, we're doing a 6-week series, and a lot of you are challengers in the health games. And if you're not a challenger yet, don't worry, it's not too late to sign up. But if you're not, that's okay. We're glad that you're here with us, and join us for the next 6 weeks. And these are some of the goals that we're going to be talking about. So this week is be a goal setter. Next week, be a fork balancer, then a mover and shaker, healthy community, Zen sleeper, and a mindful thinker. And really, the next 6 weeks is your chance to focus on shifting your health to the next level. And you'll notice that the topics all start with B, and that's actually on purpose, because sometimes we can do something, but we don't actually become it. And so that's what our focus is going to be for the next 6 weeks, is becoming the type of person who sets goals, becoming a person who exercises, becoming a mindful thinker, everything along those lines. So here's just a couple ways that you can participate in the next 6 weeks. Join us, set some goals, stay the course. If you're a Take Shape for Life client or coach and you're not doing the games, that's okay. We want you to just join us every week anyway, and tune in. And also, really tell your health coach or someone that you can be accountable to your goals, or post in a Facebook support page if you're participating in it that way. But number 3, this is the one I really want to emphasize right now, is join the online health challenge. And that's what's going on right now. Okay, I want David to tell us a little bit about this fun free trial.
Thanks, Amber. You know, we do have this little trial that you can come in and check out the challenge. If you have not played before and you're just not maybe a challenge type person, I really want to encourage you to check this out, because the challenge is so much more than just a form like a weight loss challenge that you may have heard of, or maybe your office has done something like a Biggest Loser challenge or something of that nature. This challenge is really designed to help you to connect with a community of people that are not as healthy as they want to be, but have found that having a start date and having a daily accountability and a community to plug into really helps them to move forward. And the chance that they can maybe win a fun prize or win just a little bit of money, $25 to $35 for doing what it is that they really want to do, is something that is exciting to them. And we've had so many challengers that have gotten in just by experiencing the challenge for themselves, just to look around. And once they've had a chance to connect up with the community, they oftentimes say, this is something I really want to do more of. And they become challenge champions, and they refer their friends and family members to get involved as well. So if you want to check it out, go check out the 3-day trial. You can come in, look around, have access to all the different resources, the recipes, the healthy snack list. There's all kinds of great resources. So even if you decide not to play in the challenge, you may see some great resources, and you may connect up with some people that are passionate about getting healthy, and they may have some other resources that they could help you with in your health journey. If you want to continue to play, all you'd have to do is just pay the buy-in fee, which is only $23.99. And the cool thing is that you get a chance to win money back if you achieve your goal. You set the goal, and all you have to do is just participate. Everybody is a possible winner. This is not just one person gets a whole bunch of dough. this is where everybody gets a chance to become a winner in the challenge, and everybody gets healthier and learns more about the habits of health. So that's what I love about it, Amber.
Awesome, David. Thanks for sharing with that. So no risk. Hey, try it out if you haven't signed up yet.
So what are your goals? For week 1 is be a goal setter. So there's no better time to become a goal setter than right now on this call. So remember how far you've where you came from, where you're at now, where you want to be in 6 weeks, and even beyond that. Where do you think of the areas that you want to make the biggest shifts in? You know, my health journey started a lot of years ago, about 8-9 years ago, and 7 years ago I lost all the weight that I needed to, and got to a point of what I deemed as optimal health. But guess what? After I reached that healthy weight, my journey wasn't over. I've had to wake up every day for the last 7 years and do the same things over and over and over. And after 7 years, woohoo, they've become habits. And it's not that hard for me anymore. There's so many things that are just so simple for me every day to do, because those things became a big shift for me. So what if nothing changes? What's the ideal outcome? What's the most potent step you can take?
You can tell I did this,
Yeah.
and Jared didn't type this.
Yeah. Potent. Yeah, what's the most potent step you need to take today?
That's a strong word, right?
It is a strong word. It sounds like it smells. But
well, sometimes people get so overwhelmed, I think, with like, what's the 25 things I need to change by tomorrow, that your brain just explodes and you can't just do anything. So what's going to be the step that you can take right now that will make the biggest difference? And so that's what I meant by what's the most potent step you can take.
Gotcha. Yeah, I mean, the most potent step that I'm still working on is sleep, because I've mastered a lot of the other skills, but sleep is just this one that keeps evading me. So, but I mean, I'm gonna recommit to all of these habits during the next 6 weeks, and even improve, because we can always improve.
Yeah, that's so true. Okay, so how many times have you done this in your life, where you look at someone or you see someone's before and after picture that they've posted on Facebook or in a group or in the challenge, and you're like, oh, it was so easy for them. Like, they're so lucky. I wish that I could do that. And you only see the before and the after picture, but you didn't see all the stuff that was in between those two. And I'm here to tell you that it looks more like the one on the right, that there's always bumps in the road. There's always things that come up, and setbacks and all kinds of things that come up. And so it's very helpful to just think about that when you are when you're setting your goals, and also when you're on the road, and not just say, oh, I stink at this, I might as well quit. Like, I'm not one of those people who can just get their weight off or can just get their habits in line. That's not me.
If it looked like that straight line, we wouldn't learn anything. That resistance along the way is just like exercising. It builds your emotional, your mental muscle, and you get stronger as you overcome those things. And then a couple of things happen. You create the habits cognitively. I mean, your brain actually changes shape too, not just your body. And but also you build this great confidence that, hey, I did it once, I can do it again and again and again. And I think that that's one of the most valuable things that we gain in this process and on this journey of health, is the confidence that comes along with it. And it bleeds over into not just our physical health, but all the different areas of our life.
So I asked one of my clients, actually, and a really good friend, she's also a health coach with Take Shape for Life, to come on and share her story. Deborah, are you on?
Yes, thanks for inviting me on. I love sharing my story. So I would say, I think it's been 7 years now. Yeah, 7 years ago when I first did the program, I was actually in the obese range. You can see me there with our little baby. It was our third baby. And And I just, before I could get weight off, and at that point I really couldn't get my weight off. And like so many of all of us, I think I tried so many different things, and nothing worked for me. I joined a gym. I did Weight Watchers. I tried counting my calories and everything else, and nothing really worked for me. So I actually threw out my scale, and I was buying bigger and bigger clothes, but I just didn't want to know. I just was like, you know what? We can't have everything in life. I can work on other things, but I'm never going to be skinny. And I'm going to be okay with that. But my husband started getting kind of concerned about me. He could see how obesity runs in my side of the family. Every time we visited my parents, he could see my dad, struggling with obesity and all the illnesses related to that. He had diabetic too. He had heart issues. He, was on medications for everything, gallbladder. I mean, you name it, he had it. And my mom was just, having to take care of him all day. And my husband was worried. He's like, is that going to be our life? I mean, you're okay packing things around now, but it's going to get hard. So I was in a place where, I was in that teachable moment, and I lucked out, and I found a health coach and this program, and I went on and lost 80 pounds in 6.5 months just by following those simple principles laid out in the program, and that so many of you will learn throughout the challenge. But you know what? I love that slide that Amber put up. Success. It wasn't perfect after that. Guess what happened after that? I went through 3 pregnancies. We had 3 more kids after that, and so of course, I gained a lot of weight back during those pregnancies. And I remember feeling really frustrated. I was really grateful, of course, to bring those children into the world, but to be in that position where I was having that severe morning sickness and nausea, and where life really was hard to do all the things that I knew that I needed to do for my health. And so for me, I really focused on the things that I could do. And for me, it was hard to get down those green salads sometimes when I wasn't feeling so great, but I could get in all my water. So I focused on that. I was drinking all of my water. I was trying to eat something every 2 to 3 hours. And I was, and I had that education and that training and those habits in place where I could pull on some of those things. And that proved to be a great, great blessing for me. I've, in between baby number 5 and 6, I went through cancer, and I had 2 surgeries and different things happen. And, but having those habits of health and, learning about all the things that we're going to be learning through the Healthy Games and through the program of how to handle stress, how to rely on my support system, just different things like that. Now we've had our last baby, and I've already lost most of my weight already. And, I'm so grateful for the powerful tools that we have at our disposal to really hit the reset button and to, reach the goals that I want to reach in my life. And we're never done. We're never done. There's always more to work on. And that's why I really love the challenges in the program, because we can always work on something else. And I love the community, and I love the support from everybody. So awesome. Is that what you wanted me to cover, Amber?
Yeah, that even and more. That was so great, Deborah. I mean, it's so true that it's not a straight shot to success. I think Deborah is such a good example of that of never giving up and being part of a community that helps her stay on track when it's not easy. It's not easy always. I mean, stuff comes up in our lives. So here's a little quote from Einstein. Insanity is doing the same thing over and over again and expecting different results. So I think that this is so key to think about when you're setting your goals and when you're thinking about where you want to get to and what you've done in the past. A lot of times someone will say, well, I could do this on my own, or they think of it like if they can't do it on their own, they're less than. But really, maybe you need that extra support. Maybe you need something different. Maybe you need to switch it up a little bit. And here's another little quote. If you don't know where you're going, any road will get you there.
Isn't that the Cheshire Cat?
I think it is. Alice in Wonderland. That's a good one. It's true. She says, well, which way should I go? Which is the right way to go? And he says, well, that depends on where you want to get to. So that's a good thing to definitely, making a shift when you want to go to the next level, you really have to have that clear vision of where you're going.
And the best way to know the road that you should take is someone who's already been on the road. That's where our community has been so valuable for us, and that's where we got brought into the Take Shape for Life community through our health coach. Is she had been down this road, and we learned from her experience, and we're still on this journey with her, and we've brought more people on the journey with us. And so the more people we have in that community, the stronger that community and the stronger that resolve together becomes.
Awesome. So we're going to launch our next poll here. Let's see. Is that coming up? There we go. Where are you with your goals right now? So this is multiple choice. Have you written them? Have you shared them? Maybe you haven't done it yet, but you plan to. Man, I just signed up today. Give me some slack, right? Or maybe you don't believe in goals. You're like, dude, I got this. I don't need to write anything down. And there's like one person like that. Oh, look, there's one so far. No, I love it. Okay, I'm going to give you 5 more seconds. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Thanks for playing. I'm going to share these results. Okay, so it looks like a good percentage you have written and shared your goals. And another almost half of you haven't done it yet, but you plan to. So I love that. It's really good. It's never too late to start planning your future. Okay, let's see. Okay, I'm going to throw it back over to David.
Great. I've always been a person that enjoys goals. Not always the fact that I don't hit all of them, but the process of setting goals, it kind of gives you that sense of hope and inspiration that maybe there's something out there that you could be, or that you could do, or that you could have that you don't have today. And some of you have maybe gotten away from goal setting because you've constantly failed and it's been discouraging to you. And you don't want to set a goal because you don't want to be held accountable to something that you don't know if you can achieve. And I totally get that. But what's different about this concept of goal setting with Take Shape for Life and Dr. Anderson's Habits of Health that you'll learn a lot about during this challenge or inside the Take Shape for Life program is that it's a totally new way of thinking. So I want you to think about this from a totally new perspective. Go back to some zero-based thinking. Like go from, all the stuff that you've heard before about goal setting, just take that and set it aside. You can have it back if you want it, but think about this from a new perspective. And rather than going out there and setting a goal to lose 6% of your body weight in 6 weeks, like maybe some of you challengers are doing, or maybe some of you Take Shape for Life clients have said that you want to lose this 40 pounds because that 40 pounds or that 20 pounds that you need to get off is causing a problem. I can't get into my jeans, I got to get this swimsuit on, I got to, get rid of this cholesterol medication that I just got put on. You have a problem in your life, or maybe you have multiple problems. I had 100 pounds to lose 7 years ago. And I knew it, and I struggled with it. I didn't have the belief that I could actually lose it and keep it off because I had regained it so many different times, but I had all these problems. My back hurt, my clothes didn't fit. I had a hard time getting up to the top of the stairs and being out of breath. I couldn't play with my kids. I didn't have the energy. So I came into this idea of getting healthy like I had a problem I needed to get resolved. And my coach shared with me a different philosophy. He said, Dave, tell me more about what you want to create in your life. If you were to lose the weight that you want to get rid of, what would your life look like? What would you be able to be? What would you be able to do that you're not able to do right now? And what he was able to do is he was able to help me to clarify a vision and the desires of my heart. He opened that up. And that's why I think Jared just hit it on the head when he said sometimes you need that other person to ask you the questions that you haven't been asking yourself because you've been scared to ask that question. Or maybe you don't believe in yourself, and so you need somebody else to believe in you like Kevin McCarthy did in me. Kevin believed that I could do it. Why? Because he had done it. So when you find a person that's already done it, that believes in the vision, when you don't believe it, that's when you can start to trust that maybe that person knows something that you don't know. And my coach, Kevin, was able to help me to clarify a great perspective on what my life could be. He designed an extraordinary life with the things that I just told him. I wanted to be a better father. I wanted to be active. I wanted to be out of the unhealthy weight that I was at. I wanted to be in, some clothes that actually fit better and looked better. And so he helped me to put that into a very structured goal-setting process. And rather than thinking about my life as getting rid of problems, he helped me to really understand this concept of clarifying my desired outcome and then bringing me back to the desired or my current reality. And some of you have seen this concept of a rubber band, and on the screen you see this arrow. And when you clarify your goals and you set out your desired outcome, you actually create this tension between where you're at and where you want to go. And that tension is a healthy tension. If you stay inside of that, you will go towards where you really want to get to. And whether you're doing the challenge, whether you're doing Take Shape for Life, or whether you're doing your own thing, we want to help you to live an optimal life. And we believe that if you take the time to talk to your coach, the person that invited you into the challenge or invited you into Take Shape for Life, they will help you to create this structural tension chart regardless of what plan you choose to make it a reality. And I hope that you end up taking that call, because it changed my life. And I lost 100 pounds 7 years ago, and I would never, ever want to go back. So, and I keep setting that structural tension as a continual journey. As Deborah said, we never get done with our life journey.
That's so awesome, David. A couple of things that I love how you started. You used the word hope. And a lot of people think of the word hope as an emotion. It's like a spiritual emotion for a lot of people, that I hope for something in the future. And author Brene Brown, she talks about hope in a different way, and it's really goal setting. It's believing, wanting something different for your future, believing that you have the capacity to do it, and then also the consistency and persistence that you possess that persistence in order to make that happen. So that's really what structural tension is. It's hope. It's creating that hope for ourselves. And obviously, if you're a spiritual person, drawing upon that higher power that you believe in to help you in that process.
Yeah, and it can be intimidating, so it's good to have somebody there that can guide you through that process. So thanks for letting me share tonight, guys.
Absolutely.
Awesome, David. Okay, so setting yourself up for success. Here's just a couple of quick goals or tips for setting goals that can also be really helpful. Being specific, making sure it's measurable. So if you say something like, I want to feel better. Well, sure, we do want to feel better, but if it's not measurable, I mean, you're going, well, do I feel better? Better than what? So making it measurable, making it attainable. You know, if you said in the next 6 weeks, I want to lose 200 pounds, it's not very, it's not very attainable in 6 weeks. And making it relevant to your specific situation and time-based. So that's what's so great about the health challenge, is that there is a time frame around it. And that doesn't mean that we only want to be healthy in the next 6 weeks, or that when the 6 weeks is done, then, yay, we made it and we can go back to pizza and donuts for dinner. But it's good to just be very conscious of the SMART acronym and how we can help our goals make sense for us. And Dr. A, who is the medical director for Take Shape for Life and the founder of our company, he says, optimal health is a journey taking one step, one habit, and one day at a time. And that's how we really like to focus in these challenges, and with our clients in general, that just kind of taking baby steps into health and making sure that it's doable for you and your life and where you're at right now. And that's, I'll give a quick overview of what we do is with our healthy body, healthy mind, healthy finances. We have simple and safe nutrition plans, and it makes it baby steps. Like, you cannot mess this up. If you can eat something that's already, grab and go, then you're good to go with our plans. And the healthy lifestyle system that all of our clients get, our book and our workbook and these games and lots of different resources, and also your personal health coach. And David mentioned this, that it's sometimes you need somebody else who believes in you, who can cheer you on, who can guide you a little, and just offer, just be your friend and be that person to provide some accountability. So I'm going to bring Kat on to share her story. And she's also one of my clients and a good friend, and also a health coach with Take Shape.
Hi, I'm super excited to be here tonight. And I have a really great relationship with health challenges, and I've been doing them. So my story with Take Shape for Life goes back to 3.5 years, but my story with health challenges goes probably, I don't know, 10 years or so. I have always been the girl in our family who's arranging some kind of competition with everyone. And I was always looking for the next best thing, and the whatever detox I was going to do that spring to lose my winter body. And when I met Amber and Jared 3.5 years ago, it was kind of one of those times for me where I was like, I'm looking for something else. I got to get rid of my baby weight. I'm really good at losing weight. It comes like if I do something and stick with it, it comes pretty easily. But I was missing all of the stuff between, you know, when David was spreading out that rubber band, all the stuff in between. I was pretty good at like flipping the rubber band and getting to my goal, but I missed all the stuff you learn along the way. And that is where the magic happens. And that's why I love these challenges so much. And so I lost 40 pounds with the program. I'm super excited about it, and the weight was wonderful, but what I learned is even a bigger victory for me. And going through these challenges, I have realized how many things about myself that I was ignoring, that I didn't know, questions I wasn't asking myself, things I didn't admit to myself, like I never believed I was an emotional eater, and I totally am, and that's okay. If I'm happy, I go get an ice cream cone. If I'm sad, I go get an ice cream cone. Well, not anymore, because I'm understanding how my brain works. And for me, it's been such a blessing to be able to be part of these and to share that with other people. And I'm so happy that all of you are here listening and watching, because we really pour our heart and soul into the information and this challenge that comes from Dr. Anderson's Habits of Health. And within that organization, health coaches are writing all this material and preparing this for you with everything we have, because we care so much. And I love doing what I do. I can't imagine doing anything else. My husband and I are so happy. We've been maintaining our weight for 3.5 years, but more importantly, we love helping people and just being that extra someone to care and believe and setting goals. And you know, you kind of think, oh, I'm at my goal weight, that's great. But I love that Deb brought up, you're never done. There's always some way to improve, and there's always something to learn. So I guess my big thing is just pay attention to all the little things you're learning here. And that's what I love about this. It's a never-ending process.
Awesome, Kat. I totally agree. And hey, it looks like that if you go on our program, you get way more tan too. So that's always a bonus if you want to get more tan.
You have to do a spray tan before you take an after picture. No, I started the program in September and and that was like, this was just last year that I took that picture, and I was playing a lot of volleyball. So you gotta give me the spray tan credit on that one.
For sure. No judgment. I've been known to spray tan a few times myself. So here's some tips to wrap up. Did you know it takes at least 28 days to build a new habit? So give yourself some time to, like Jared said, you know, commit to the process, like stick with it, and try to go every single day if you can on whatever habit that you're really focusing on, so that you can create that as a habit. And you don't get rid of bad habits, you replace them with good habits.
The other thing I would say is talk to your health coach or the person who invited you to the challenge about ways to make fun the process of creating those new habits. I mean, this health should be fun. We have so much more fun in life now from being healthy than we did when we were unhealthy. Yeah, we don't eat all the sugary treats anymore and stuff. And do we miss that? No, we don't anymore, because other things in life are so much better than any food ever tasted. And so it's just created an immense amount of freedom in our life.
Yep, and this goes right along with what Jared said earlier, is that a lot of people think like what health looks like is you're in your car and then, oh, awesome, I got to my goal weight, here's my parking spot, now I'm here, and I'm just gonna chill forever. But what it actually looks like is it's an uphill. You know, you're either going up the hill towards your health or you're sliding back and you're declining. Like there really isn't any standing still.
Yeah, when you get to your goal weight, You can't just stop putting gas in your car. You have to refuel your car all the time. And if you go on a road trip, most people, unless you drive like a Prius or something like that, you have to stop about every 3 hours and fill up your car. So that's what we teach in Take Shape for Life. You're refueling your body about every 2 to 3 hours with healthy, optimal, unleaded fuel or diesel if you're driving a diesel, and you're getting what your body needs to keep you on track.
Awesome. Well, thanks you guys for joining us. We just so appreciated having you on the support webinar tonight. And we have a lot coming on the line who are here to, who are brand new health coaches with Take Shape for Life, and they are ready and primed to get some new health coach training. And so if you're one of those, go ahead and stick around. Or even if you're not, and you're like, what's all these people are health coaches and they seem pretty happy and doing a good job, and maybe you're just curious. So feel free to stick around. But if not, then we're glad that you came on, and we'll see you next week at the same time next Thursday.